Okay, so I just did like a 10-minute video. I guess I didn't hit record. I don't know. I don't even know what they're saying. And he was gonna make a quick buck. That's just the way he made me feel. It's not like the U.S. No, I'm not gonna do that. You have to take control of your own health. That's what I hear every morning when I'm out on a walk. A lot of people think I get out and walk every day. Look, I didn't even comb my beard this morning. I just got out. I don't even know what they're saying, but it's kind of nice just to stop by. I listened to it a little bit. If you haven't seen our new Pavia Carabao Carosa Festival since 1972. It's even got the guys in the Carabao race and everybody behind them. New planters. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fake. It's okay. Low maintenance, no maintenance. And then in the back, you've got the big Pavia. So that's nice. Got people cleaning the streets this morning. Flowers in bloom. Catholic Church is doing their thing this morning. The market's kind of open. It's about 6 o'clock. So it's been a little while since I've done any kind of walking video. Well, I did one not too long ago to get the pandasol. I'll try to put it up here somewhere. But this morning I got out and went to the market, and I didn't go all the way the long walk that I usually do, probably 2,000 steps already, and it's at least another 1,000 or so back home. So I may wander a little bit to get a few more steps in, but just want to show you what I got at the market this morning. Okay, so I got 2 papaya, and these are basically almost ready to eat. They're a little bit just soft enough to, you know, they're ripe, they're ready to eat. 2 papaya for almost $1 each, 109 pesos, 70 pesos per kilo. So about $1 a piece on those. The banana is my favorite. La Tundan is a pretty good sized bunch. Really probably ready to eat by tomorrow. I can always tell when they're ready to eat. For me, I like them sweet, when you can just twist them a little bit and they'll come off. But this big bunch here was 65 pesos. So about $1.25. About $1.25. And then 2 bags of fresh coconut juice, just poured right out of the coconut. Use a machete, and then they pour it out in the little bags like that, 1 coconut each, and I've got 2 of them, and they're 30 pesos a piece. So that's 60 pesos, so $1.20. That's a lot of coconut water, plus you get the pulp on the inside. Okay, so I just did like a 10-minute video. I guess I didn't hit record. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, I'm out. I've been up since probably 3 o'clock in the morning. I decided once the sun started to come up, I could see the sky lighten up a little bit, I was going to get out and do some walking. So I did. I walked to the market this morning. I got my fruit and stuff that I showed earlier, and drank my coffee with my friends over at the market and had some good conversation. So anyway, I kind of had some things been going on lately. Of course, I had the motorcycle accident. That's kind of been aggravating me a little bit physically. Couple trips to the doctor, x-rays, and then trying to get back a hold of doctors. And it's not like the U.S. a lot of things good about that. Some things, you know, you do miss some conveniences sometimes. I'll just be honest. But so I think I mentioned, I don't know if I've mentioned or not, well, they're telling me I need gallbladder surgery to get my gallbladder removed. So I've been trying to set that up. I met with a gastroenterologist, or whatever he's called. I'm no doctor. I'm not even smart when it comes to stuff like that. I met with my primary care doctor a couple times. She referred me to a cardiovascular guy because I've had, if you watch the channel enough, you may know I've had a stent put in this right carotid artery, and I've had what they call an endardectomy. They cleaned out my left carotid artery, basically cleaned it out, and so that's something that you have to manage for the rest of your life. You have cardiovascular issues, you know, you have plaque buildup, you know, whatever causes that, we don't know. People say they know. I hear people say that's too much cholesterol. I hear people say it's you should go plant-based, it'll take care of all that. Some people say only eat meat, you know, and that'll clear all that, you know. Who knows? We're all just stuck in the middle, right? I mean, you can have experts on both sides of the issue. But anyway, I went to the cardiologist yesterday, and I can't say I had a real positive experience. I went there, and I went to him because he needs to sign off. I'm on a blood thinner called Plavix, and so he has to sign off before I can have this gallbladder operation. He has to say, okay, now on the blood thinner, you need to pause it 5 days before, 10 days before. But anyway, he's the guy that makes that call. So he gets me in there, and I told him what was going on, and I had already sent a brief summary ahead of time, kind of so he'd know what he was going to talk to me about whenever I got in. So I get in there and I'm talking to him and all the pleasantries and everything, and I brought all my test results from when I had my complete workup in Bangkok. We spent a whole day getting a complete physical examination, and I mean, they give us a book when we get done. It's got all the test results, everything, and anything you can imagine on a checkup, it's done. So he has all that in his hand, and he flips back to where when you have, you know, cardiovascular issues in your carotid arteries, once a year, twice a year, you have what's called a Doppler ultrasound on your carotid arteries. It tells you how much blood flow is going to your brain, basically. So, and when I was in Bangkok, you know, they said, this is what's going on. I've got the stent on this side, and this is what we detected on this side. This side is wide open, you know, no issues. Keep doing what you're doing. See you next year. So I get in there, and he flips open to this page where this test had been done, and he said, oh, well, you know, before you have gallbladder surgery, we need to go in and we need to do something about that stent on the right side. I said, what do you mean? Like a balloon or something? Well, yeah, something like that. I'm like, no, no, I'm not going to do that. And I just told him flat out, I said, no, I'm not going to do that, you know. Either I just won't have the gallbladder surgery, I'll just let the cards fall where they may. I'm not doing it. And I just felt like, and I had the feeling that he saw a guy come in from the West and has some money, according to them, and he was going to make a quick buck. That's just the way he made me feel. And one of my biggest principles in running a business, my wife would tell you the same thing. You go with your gut, and it's like I would select clients that I had chemistry with. Like we had a good chemistry, right? And this was the definition of not having good chemistry right off the bat. So I thought about it, and he scheduled me for a couple of tests. In fact, we're supposed to have another carotid ultrasound this morning at 9 o'clock, and I'm not going to go. I'm just not going to go. if I have that bad feeling, I wake up at 2:30 in the morning and I just don't like the doctor, I don't like what he said, I didn't like his attitude. He already knew what he was going to do. From looking at a piece of paper for 5-7 seconds, he said, "You're going to go into the knife." No, sorry, not going to happen. Not with this guy, because if you're a physician or if you're in business, you need to develop trust. I learned a long time ago, and I told my employees this. People do business with people who they know. Number one, who they like, and who they trust. And I didn't know him. I really didn't like him after a little bit, and then I definitely didn't trust him. So I can't, I was going to go through with the test, but this morning I was just like, no, if I feel that bad, I'm going to follow my intuition on this. And my intuition is not to not do anything. That's not, don't get worried about that. Oh, this guy's going off the rails. He's just going to take his health care in his own hands and trust, fate or whatever. That's not me. I'm a very calculated individual, and I don't mind taking risks, but all my risks are calculated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find another cardiologist. I'm going to put this gallbladder surgery off. I have not had an actual, what most people would consider a gallbladder attack. I haven't had one. Never have had one. I've just got some slight discomfort sometimes when I eat a greasy meal, under my right side of my rib cage, in the abdomen area. But I also notice when I don't eat certain things, it doesn't really bother me. And so I guess, I'm kind of upset with the doctor. But, you got to take your own health care in your own hands here in the Philippines. In America, it's easy to walk through the door, sit down with the doctor. He tells you what you should do. You just kind of go along for the ride. You're not paying the bill most of the time. The health insurance company's paying the bill. You don't even look at it. Here, it's a lot more hands-on. My doctor visit to cardiologist was cheap enough for a cardiologist. I paid $25, 1,500 pesos. Well, no, that's 1,500, $30 for a cardiologist, and he probably spent 40 minutes with me. He did an EKG right there in his office. So I didn't think it was necessary. He had an EKG from December. How much different is it going to be? And then he scheduled an echocardiogram for Saturday, and I'm not going to go to that either. I'm going to call him, let him know. But the main thing I'm trying to get across here is, when you're in the Philippines, you have to be proactive on stuff. And it's not always easy because things don't always run smoothly here, and you got to realize that. So I'm going to reach out to some people that I know, and I'm going to try to find a good cardiologist. I basically just needed this guy to tell him, hey, 5 days before surgery, he needs to be off Plavix, and then he starts back after the surgery's over, maybe within 24 hours. Once the bleeding and everything, and this little surgery is done. That's really all I needed him for. But, when he starts talking about balloon surgery and going up angioplasty and all this stuff, he's never been through that. I have. He's been on the other side of it probably. I've been through it. And, that was just kind of traumatic for me. But what I'm saying is you have to take control of your own health here. And that's why, I got out, I started walking again. I've been walking more. I've got about 5,000 steps in a day for the past 7 days. And I need to tick that up, and I need to really watch what I eat. And it's easy here because you don't really have to do anything. You don't have that much to do unless you just want to go out and, get out in the heat of the day and walk. And, you can do a lot of things here. You can take up diving. You can, whatever, any kind of sport. You can be a mountain biker and all that. I'm just not that guy. Sometimes I like to think, maybe that I am, but I'm not. So I really have to watch what I eat. And I need to drop about 20 pounds at least. If I drop 40 pounds, I wouldn't be considered underweight, that's for sure. So Those are the things I have to work on, and that's in my area of responsibility. That's what I'm responsible for. And that's the thing I'm telling you here. You really need to take stock of what you're doing, because you can get in bad health pretty quick. If you drink beer every day, if you or rum, everything's cheap here. You eat, a lot of greasy food every day, and just you're eating all kinds of stuff. And some days I did that. And I don't make a habit of it. It's not a lifestyle for me, but you can let your health go by the wayside. My sugar ticked up to about 7, and it's never been that high before, but I've always been able to bring it down with diet and a little bit of exercise. So I'm getting back on that bandwagon, and I need to do it for good. But anyway, this is kind of a crazy video. Just some thoughts going on, and you wake up at 2:30 in the morning, and I'm a little bit of a worrier, so, and I think I'm fine. I think I'm gonna live to be at least 90. My dad's at 84, 85 right now. And statistically, if you reach age 61, you're gonna live to be 80. I mean, that's just statistics. Now everybody doesn't, of course, but I've got a good shot at it. I take my medicine like I should, and I just need to work on the stuff I can work on a little bit better. So if you're coming to the Philippines, get it set in your head to take care of yourself. This is a place that you can do that because you got all the time in the world. You can walk those 10,000 steps a day. You can get out and play basketball every morning. You can get out, do whatever you want to do. I mean, that's the beauty of the Philippines. Sometimes when you have too much freedom, you take too many liberties with your freedom. And so I just encourage you to really buckle down now, get ready for it, and get ready to enjoy your retirement in the Philippines. This is Randall with Philippines Project. I'll see you next time.